Welcome to an exciting class. Today we are going to be talking about business activities under the course Introduction to Business. We're also going to be looking at what is business. We're going to be looking at the characteristics of business, and in particular we are going to be talking about the business terminologies used in different organizations. It's going to be an interesting and exciting lesson. Welcome to an exciting Okay, so welcome to my class one, and I am Temi Olajide-Arise, and today is September 23rd, 2020. My lesson for today is Introduction to Business. The topics to be covered in lesson one, we're going to talk about the differentiation between want and need. What is business, characteristics of business, you and the business world, and who benefits from business. And lastly, we'll be looking at the different business terminologies used in different organizations. Difference between a want and a need. Basically, we all know what a want is. A want is something that you desire to have. For instance, I desire to have a Jeep. I desire to go to the shopping mall. I desire to eat ice cream. I desire to watch TV. So these are, basically things that you just desire, to have. But a need is a necessity. And we talk about the need to, to shelter, the need to have, to eat good food, the need to, clothe ourselves. So these are necessities. These are things that make us human beings, your needs. And basically, we cannot talk without about the concept of wants and needs without, including business, because it's from the business activities that, we coin out the wants and needs. So without a want or a need, definitely, business activities would not hold in terms of goods and services. Your customer or your producer, a producer would actually want to know the want or a need of his customer. So indirectly, that is a business activity. And we're going to talk about what a business is. And basically, we all know a business is an activity and involves transactions of basically goods and services in return for money. So business has to do with transaction. It has to do with you transacting business with someone in return for money. So it's either, for instance, you go to the market, you buy food stuff. So you are transacting a business already with, the seller, and you are giving him money in return for the goods you are getting. Or for instance, if it's services, that means, for instance, if you are not feeling fine, you go to the hospital and the doctor checks on you, and that is a service the doctor is rendering in, return for money. And so that is what a business is. And we look onto the characteristics of business. We have different characteristics of business, and the first characteristics we'll talk about is basically the motive of setting up a business is for profit making. There is no business, that one will set up without the main aim for making profit. Every business organization will want to make profit. So that's one of the characteristics, is profit making. Another characteristics we'll be looking at is okay, so we are going to also be looking at who benefits from business. Different people benefit from business. The owner of the business, we have the government, we have the customers, we have the society at large, and basically these are the people that benefit from business. So let's take examples of such activities. For instance, the owner. Basically, the owner benefits from business because if he gets goods from the producer or supplier, obviously when he sells them, he or she makes profit from the business. Or if he renders services, he also makes profit from his business. And then we talk about the customer. Obviously, if he gets satisfaction from the goods or services being rendered, he also benefits from that particular business. And another person or persons that also benefit from business is also the government, because these businesses actually pay tax to the government, in which the government actually uses those tax to maintain the economy at large, building of infrastructure, roads, electricity, and others. And then we have the society at large. The government also helps the society at large by using those money recovered from tax to maintain the society. So these are those people that benefit from business activities. And then we have business terms, and these we also call business terminology. These are some of those words that are often used in the business environment. We have business enterprise, we have business forms, and we have a lot of them, in which we can also in our spare time Google them up and see those terminologies being used. The lesson objectives on topic 1. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe what business is all about, in which we have already described already, and you should also be able to evaluate the characteristics of business, and you should be able to explain who benefits from business, and you should also understand the business terminologies being used. And the summary of our lesson 1, you have learned in this lesson what business is and its characteristics and its benefits to all and the society. Basically, business therefore is how to better the life of all within a given society. So basically, business is what makes an economy survive. If there are no business activities, obviously an economy cannot function. So there has to be that transaction of goods and services in return for money. And our next lesson, we are going to be looking at the concept of business management and administration.